Namaste, everyone. How are you? Wishing you all well wherever you are in this world. Sending you many blessings, healing, and peace. And if you are going through challenges, I'm here in this present moment to hold a space for you. Even though that I'm not with you through this web of energies, I am connecting with you, especially if you have already subscribed. I am sensing your energies. Wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you beautiful wishes, beautiful wishes. Connecting to the breath, acknowledging our presence, our divine presence in this moment. I'm sitting on this chair. This chair means a lot to me. Means a lot to me. My dad used to sit here a lot on this chair. This is my dad's chair. He passed away January 18, 2022. And I loved him, and I still love him. Love always goes on. Using the sacred water to clear the energy around me. So refreshing. Water is a symbol of purity, transparency, cleanliness, and hydration and nourishment. It's important not to pollute our waters, our natural waters, our rivers, our oceans. Using my sacred oil of life, the green gold. Feeling my hands, feeling the texture of the oil, grounding myself, allowing the oil to bless my third eye. Massaging my face relaxes me and brings me into rest, relaxation, and digest mode. So what I would like to talk about again is related to health and healing. Guys, I'm not a doctor, and in a way I'm glad that I'm not a doctor, because I don't have a very good outlook about our healthcare system, particularly in Canada, because I'm living in Canada. However, I don't suggest to anybody that you shouldn't go to doctors or anything like that, not whatsoever. It's your choice, and you know what? If I fall from the stairs and I break my legs, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call the paramedics, and I'm gonna go to the hospital and put a cast on my legs. So I do not suggest that you don't go see a doctor, but I've had some really disturbing experiences with our healthcare system. And I would like to talk about one of them, and how I take care of my own health to make sure that I don't end up, taking medications or going to the hospitals and taking drugs. I'm talking about pharmaceutical drugs. So like about 15, 16 years ago, I started to experience a lot of heart palpitations, sweating, lack of energies, disturbance in my sleep. I couldn't fall asleep. I would just maybe sleep 2-3 hours. I had a lot of irritabilities. I started losing hair in chunks, and it was very uncomfortable. Sometimes I would feel like my heart was just coming out of my chest, and I would feel a lot of shortness of breath. So I went to the doctor and we did blood work, and I went to a endocrinologist. So he diagnosed me with Graves' disease, and he told me this is a really dangerous illness, and you can actually die, or you can have major heart issues with this disease, and we need to put you on medications. And as I'm saying this, is as if I'm going through it all over again, but I would like to share this with you. I was really terrified. I was petrified. I was really scared. One of those drugs was PTU, and I don't remember the name of the other drug. But I tried one. So these drugs are immunosuppressant. So what they do, they suppress your immune system, so you become very prone to getting any illness, and any bacteria or any virus that can actually kill you when you're on these medications. And I remember I used to get really, really tired all the time. I would just want to fall asleep. And my skin was getting itchy and rashy. It was really uncomfortable. So I tried both medications, and there are only 2 medications for this condition, Graves' disease or overactive thyroid. And I said, I can't take it. So he said okay, there's one other choice, that we, through radioactive iodine, we're gonna kill your thyroid, completely destroy your thyroid with radiation. And we put you on a hormone called Synthroid for the rest of your life. And I said, no way you're gonna be doing that to me. And again, this is my experience. I'm not encouraging you to follow me and do what I did. I'm simply telling you what I did. So I was not gonna go to destroy my thyroid to then take synthetic hormones to balance my body, because then I would be dependent on that medication for the rest of my life, and I would literally die if I wouldn't be able to get that medication. So I said no. So the doctor goes then don't come back here, because there's nothing else I can do for you. Just get out. He basically kicked me out of his office. Not in a harsh way, not physically kicking me out, but he said get out. There's nothing why you even coming here when you don't want to follow my directions. And he was right. So I didn't go back. So I started researching, and I ordered this tincture that it's called Thyroid Calm. And and it really helped me. It is mixture of different herbs that they really calm the thyroid. So this is only good for like people who have overactive thyroid. It's not for anybody who has any thyroid issue. Like and again, I'm not suggesting you to take it. It's just I'm simply recommending my own journey. Um, so And then I started juicing goitrogenic vegetables such as broccoli, kale, and they're just really, they don't taste very good. So I would mix it with carrots and celeries and things like that. So I would drink 2 large glasses of juice, one first thing in the morning, and then one sometimes in the evening time, and then I would take this tincture. So after, I would say, about 2 weeks, my thyroid level went back to normal and it went to remission for at least maybe 5 or 6 years or even more. And when it started acting out, I did the same remedy, and it would just immediately, just go back to remission. And right now, it has been a long time that it has been in remission, and I am okay. So I never, destroyed my thyroid, and this remedy really worked for me. So you can do your own research and find out what works for you. But one of the things I want to talk about is anti-inflammatory lifestyle and diet. So with me, now I find out when I eat a lot of sugar or starch or carbs, my body starts getting itchy. I get a lot of gas, and I start losing hair. But it's not Graves' disease. It's not overactive thyroid that causes that, because I've done many blood tests and it's not that. But it must be a different kind of inflammation in my body. So when I stop the sugar, when I stop eating bread and rice, and then I take a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I eat a lot of salad and things like that, then suddenly, and I take some supplements, especially fish oil and vitamin D, and the other one I take is berberine, that it's very good for leveling your blood sugar. So when I follow through a good, healthy diet, all these itching and inflammation or pain in the joints, and they would all come together. So pain in the joints, losing hair, itchiness, and bloating, getting like a lot of bloating. And I would talk to my doctor, and he would just go like, interesting. So I do a lot of blood tests for myself to find out if, anything is off balance. And I also asked my doctor to give me a blood test that would show the inflammatory markers. And everything was fine. There's no inflammation was showing in my body according to the blood test. But I felt like there's something that is not right, and my thyroid was fine too, but I felt like my heart was just a little bit just palpitating, and I couldn't sleep. I had a lot of palpitation. So I did take a little bit of that tincture. I immediately changed my diet again. I stopped the sugar, stopped the carbs, and I started like eating really healthy, good protein. Buy my meat from the meat shop that that everything is organic, and the cows are grass fed, and the chicken's just a free run chicken. So everything, it's coming from a local farm. And I don't eat meat and poultry and fish often. So maybe like fish twice per week and poultry once and red meat once in a blue moon. So that works for me. Carbs, they don't work, like rice, bread, pasta, sugar, chocolate, cake. They don't work for me. They don't. So when I stop those, it's just, everything. My mental health starts like becoming more balanced. My body feels so much lighter, and it seems like my joints are lubricated and they can move much better. And my skin doesn't itch. I think itching, when your skin is itching, it's definitely the liver. This is again my understanding. Again, I'm not doctor. I'm not suggesting anything to anybody. So don't hold me responsible if these things, they don't work for you. But I find out that diet is really important in inflammation, itchiness, even aches and pains in the joints. They start getting reduced when we eat a lot of fresh vegetables and juice, and not not fruit juice. Don't make fruit juice because it's loaded with sugar. So eat the fruits, but you can juice the vegetables. It's okay. So when I have healthy diet, then, skin problems, they go away. Hair doesn't fall anymore. And it's just overall, I feel so much calmer, um, put together. I have more peace. I can sleep better, and I'm more at ease and peace with myself. So I just wanted to share that with you, that diet is extremely important. Lifestyle, generally speaking, is very, very important. Meditation, to just have a calm mind, breath of aloha, inhalation through the nose, exhaling all the stress out. And not trying to prove your point to people. At a point in my life, I wanted to just, tell everybody, educate everybody, tell them that they're wrong if they did something. And I was into retaliating sometimes. If somebody would do me wrong, I wanted to retaliate, and I would show them. And I was argumentative, and now I feel like it's really not worth my time. I am willing to lose the argument. I mean, who cares? Let them win. Like, I'm just not gonna allow the rumination in my head. Then I'm just gonna make another video about that, because I really think it's really important to let majority of these petty arguments to just go, and not think about it, not ruminate so much about it in our head. And I'm trying to consider and see the vulnerable parts of people, even when they try to hide it from me through all sorts of masking and shielding and tricks, because I'm actually capable of seeing that. And when you see that part of other people, then you don't wanna retaliate. You don't wanna get into arguments with them. You don't wanna prove your point. You don't get so worked up about the shitty things that they say sometimes, or the way that they treat you, right? You're not gonna get hurt so much about it. Um, it's good to have boundary with people. It's good to not allow other people to use you as punching bags, but don't go and torment yourself on top of what other people um, do wrong to you. So in another word, when the argument is done, try not to repeat it and recycle it over and over in your head. You gotta find a way to sort of like not take it personally, because it's never personal when people attack us. It's a representation of their internal world. So understanding of other people, and mostly understanding of ourselves, is really important. Taking a good care of yourself with what you put into your mouth is really important. What you put into your head is really important. Who you bring to your life is really important. What you allow to enter into your heart is important. And again, I'm not talking about shielding, armoring, masking, even though that even sometimes we need to do that. It's a protective way, and I get it, especially if we are around so many unsafe and dangerous people. But setting a fluid boundaries, the boundaries are not too rigid, it's the best. It creates respect. It creates harmony among and even between two people. Certain level of boundary that is fluid, that is not rigid, creates a really pleasant environment. A boundary that is set with love, not for punishment. A boundary that is set because of caring for ourselves and for others. That we expect, respect, and we give respect in return. An environment of cooperation, respect. It's really important that we take steps into creating that environment, and it's important to start from your immediate surroundings, right? Speaking to each other with respect, with understanding, active listening. The most important part of the communication is listening. And listening is through the ears, it's through the eyes, and it's through our energies. When we listen, and it's with body language at the same time. Sometimes when you're talking to someone and they do all sorts of gestures and body language, and you feel like they're not interested in listening to you. So listening is not just with the ears, is with the eyes, is with our facial expression, is with our body language. It's with our open arms and with open hearts. And you need to discern who will you give that time and space to, and how much and when. So it's not a formula that's going to fit all situations. Everything is like that. Nothing is written on the stone. You always need to use your own discernment. Doesn't matter who, like even whatever I'm talking about right now, you always need to use your own discernment. Try different diets, a different way of nourishing your body, and see what works well for you. When your body feels light and calm, you'll know it. Pay attention to what you eat and how your body responds, how your mind responds, how your soul responds to it. What I do these days, I also bless my water before I drink it. I bless my food, that it would go and nourish my body, nourish my soul. So people, this was just a reminder to take a good care of you. Nourishment, good food, healthy food. Breath of aloha. Taking for your heart and taking for your soul. Taking for your sacred temple. Taking care of your psyche. Namaste, and I'm sending love and peace to you. And I would love to hear from you. I would love to listen to your life experiences and your journeys. Please share them in the comments below. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you, and I talk to you soon.